Today, I bring you a truth not often spoken, yet always waiting for you to speak it into form. Unlimited wealth has a language, and that language is yours to speak. In the realm of spirit, lack does not exist. Scarcity is not a law. It is a lie, one that collapses the moment you align your words with divine abundance. Let me say it plainly, wealth listens, wealth responds, wealth obeys, but only to those who speak its name in truth, with unwavering confidence, as if it's already done. Most people speak of money as if it is outside them, far off, hard-earned, difficult, rare, and so it remains distant. But those who are rich in spirit, they speak wealth into their day like breath. They say, I am a divine channel of infinite supply. My wealth is already in motion toward me. I expect increase. I command favor. They speak these words not out of hope, but out of knowing. They do not wish for wealth. They speak it, because the soul knows that what is spoken consistently becomes flesh. Do you realize that your tongue has power to transmute invisible substance into gold? Your words are not mere sounds. They are instruments of creation. You can talk yourself into poverty or into prosperity. If you say, I never have enough, the universe responds, yes, you never have enough. If you say, money always finds me, the universe replies, so it is. The language of wealth is not begging, it is not doubting. It is not complaining, it is knowing, claiming, affirming, expecting. It is declaring with authority, I walk in wealth, I am open to overflow, I am the banker, not the borrower. Speak this language every day. Speak it with joy, speak it with faith. Speak it even when your bank account whispers otherwise. Because spirit does not follow the facts, it bends them. Say, every dollar I spend returns multiplied. My income is unlimited, my supply is inexhaustible. My words are gold bricks. I lay down wealth with every sentence. This is not fantasy, this is law, and when the law of mind meets the voice of power, worlds shift. Let every cell in your body hear your new script. Let your surroundings feel the vibration of your wealth language. Speak until the world aligns, because unlimited wealth is always listening, and now you know what to say. Speak it, live it, become it. Wealth is a vibration, and words are the switch that turns it on or off. Most people are not aware that every word they speak carries a certain frequency, a certain tone that either invites abundance or repels it. When you speak about lack, worry, and limitation, you tune yourself to a channel where those things exist and multiply. When you speak words of wealth, gratitude, and overflow, you align yourself with the rhythm of prosperity that has been present all along. Imagine standing in a room filled with lights, but none of them are on until you flip the switch. The current is already flowing through the wires, waiting to be activated. Wealth operates the same way. The universal supply, the infinite current of provision, is always present, always ready, but it is your words that determine whether you stand in darkness or light. Your vibration is not just what you feel inside, it is what you express. Words are audible affirmations of the inner frequency you are carrying. When you begin to deliberately choose words that match the wealth you desire, you instantly begin to shift your vibration. Speak of opportunities, and opportunities recognize you. Speak of growth, and growth rushes to meet you. Speak of wealth as your birthright, and the universe begins to rearrange circumstances to make that declaration real. Every time you say, I can't afford this, you send out a signal that you are aligned with lack. Every time you boldly say, I always find a way, my supply is endless, you tune your life to a higher current that delivers exactly that. It is important to understand that words are not empty sounds. They carry life, they carry seeds, and they carry instructions. When you say, I am always blessed financially, those words move through your mind, your emotions, and even your actions until they start to form a pattern. That pattern becomes your vibration, and your vibration attracts its match. You are not just talking, you are programming the atmosphere around you. People often think wealth is built only by actions, but action alone without the right words often becomes striving. When you pair your action with the right speech, you begin to move with a power greater than yourself. The switch of wealth is so close to you that you often overlook it. It is not hidden in secret formulas or complicated strategies. It is right on your tongue. Speak with intention every day. Whisper affirmations in the morning. Declare prosperity while you work and bless your money as you spend it. Say, every dollar I spend returns to me multiplied. Feel those words, mean them, and repeat them until they are part of your vibration. Your words are not just for today. They build your tomorrows. Think of the times you spoke negatively about money and later experienced delays, blocks, or losses. Now think of the times you spoke boldly and doors suddenly opened. That is no coincidence. That is the law of vibration responding to the words you chose. When you truly realize that your wealth is not determined by the economy, your job, or even your current circumstances, but by the vibration you hold and the words you speak, you step into a new level of power. You are no longer at the mercy of the outer world because you know the inner world governs the outer. Every sentence is a seed. Speak wealth, plant wealth, harvest wealth. The current is flowing, waiting, ready. All it takes is your word to turn it on. What you call in comes in. This is one of the greatest unseen principles that govern our lives, and yet it is so simple that many dismiss it. Every word you speak is an invitation. Every phrase you repeat is a door you open. When you speak about wealth, success, and good fortune as if they are already yours, you send out a call to the unseen forces that arrange your life. Those forces respond to your invitation with astonishing precision. Life is always listening, always taking notes from your declarations, and then shaping itself to match them. If you continually say that money is difficult to earn, then you call in difficulty, and difficulty will faithfully show up. If you affirm with certainty that opportunities find you easily, then opportunities begin to appear out of nowhere. The universe is not selective in judgment. It simply delivers what you repeatedly call in. Most people do not realize they are summoning lack because they speak of lack constantly. They talk about rising prices, shrinking paychecks, and how unfair the system is. Each time they do, they call those experiences closer, like summoning a guest to their home. Then they wonder why lack stays so long and abundance feels like a stranger. Words are magnetic. When you say, I never have enough, you magnetize that reality. When you choose to say, I am open to more than enough, you become a magnet for overflow. It is not magic, it is alignment. The language you use is like a command sent into the field of infinite potential. That field always says yes, call in wealth, and wealth starts moving toward you in ways seen and unseen. Your life is not a random series of events. It is a reflection of what you have been calling in for years. Some people speak with careless tongues and then wonder why certain patterns keep repeating. Change your calling and you change your harvest. When you wake up and say, today I call in new ideas, divine connections, and unexpected income, you give the day instructions, you summon what you wish to experience. This practice is not about pretending or lying to yourself. It is about consciously aligning your words with the life you choose. Speak it consistently, and you will begin to see evidence that what you call truly comes. There is a hidden power in names and declarations. When you name something as yours, it begins to move toward you. Wealth is not an exception to this law. Call it in by name. Say to yourself, I call in wealth in all forms. Money, resources, wisdom, and opportunities. Feel those words and release them with expectation. You will notice ideas flowing to you that you never considered before. You may meet someone who opens a door you did not even know existed. You might discover a path that had been in front of you all along, but your old language kept you blind to it. The call changes what you see and what you receive. Do not underestimate this simple act. It is a spiritual command wrapped in ordinary words. Every day you are either calling in what you want or what you fear. Choose carefully. Choose words that summon good, abundance, and growth. The universe responds with precision, never missing a detail. When you understand that what you call in comes in, you stop speaking carelessly. You become deliberate, aware that your words are invitations sent into a living universe. Call in wealth with gratitude and certainty, and watch as life begins to rearrange itself to deliver what you have spoken. Your tongue is a wand or a weapon, and every day you decide which one it will be. Words are not neutral. They carry the power to build or to destroy, to open doors or to slam them shut. When you speak of abundance, possibilities, and grace, your words become like a wand, touching everything in your life with light and expansion. When you speak of fear, limitation, and failure, those same words turn into a weapon that cuts down your opportunities and damages the garden of your future. Many people underestimate the influence of their own speech because they think words disappear once spoken, but they do not. Words linger in the atmosphere. They settle into your subconscious. They shape your expectations, and then they manifest in your reality. When you choose your words with care, you wield a creative tool that can transform any circumstance. You can look at an empty wallet and say, "This is temporary. My supply is on its way." In that moment, you have chosen the wand, the power to speak life over what appears dead. That affirmation shifts your emotions, aligns your mind with solutions, and prepares you to recognize opportunities when they arrive. On the other hand, if you look at the same empty wallet and mutter, "I'll never get ahead. Nothing ever works for me," you have chosen the weapon. Those words cut down hope, they slice through possibility, and they send out a vibration that repels the very help you need. The universe is always listening, and it takes your speech as instructions. Your tongue is the steering wheel of your destiny. If you steer it toward abundance, you begin to move in that direction even before you see evidence. Speak of yourself as prosperous, favored, and guided, and watch how your actions begin to align with those truths. You will carry yourself differently, make bolder decisions, and notice paths that were hidden before. But if you continually call yourself unlucky, broke, or burdened, you program your mind to look for proof of those statements, and soon your life reflects exactly that. The weapon is subtle because it feels like harmless conversation, but over time it builds a reality you never wanted. To wield your tongue as a wand, begin to pay attention to every word you speak about money, health, relationships, and yourself. Instead of saying, "I can't afford this," say, "I am open to the ways this can come to me." Instead of declaring, "I always struggle," say, "I am learning to thrive and I call in ease." These shifts are not just pretty words, they are commands that alter your inner vibration. When your inner world changes, the outer world follows. People may laugh or think you are pretending, but those who understand the law of words know that reality first bends in the unseen before it shows in the seen. There is extraordinary power in your tongue, and it was given to you as a tool, not a trap. Use it with intention. Speak blessings over your finances, your family, your future. Let your words create gardens of possibility rather than deserts of despair. Remember each day that your tongue is either a wand that creates or a weapon that destroys. You hold the choice in every sentence you release, and the life you experience will always rise to the level of the language you speak. Infinite supply is always present. Claim it boldly. This truth does not depend on the economy, the news, or what is currently in your bank account. It is an eternal reality that flows beneath the surface of everything you see. The universe operates on a principle of abundance. Look at the stars scattered across the sky, the countless grains of sand on the shore, the endless waves of the ocean. Nothing in creation was designed with limitation in mind. Lack is not the natural state of life, overflow is. Yet many people live as if they are cut off from this boundless supply because they have never learned to claim it. They wait timidly, hoping that maybe someday something good might come. But the supply is not released by hoping. It is released by claiming, by speaking with authority, by declaring, "It is mine by divine right." When you claim boldly, you are not taking from someone else or asking for something that does not exist. You are tapping into a stream that never runs dry, a source that has more than enough for everyone. Think of electricity. There is enough current for every house in the city, yet you only receive what you plug into. The power was there all along, but connection is your responsibility. In the same way, infinite supply flows around you constantly, but it requires your words and your faith to plug in. When you say, "I claim my financial freedom," "I claim unexpected channels of income," "I claim wisdom to manage my wealth," you are stepping up to the switch and turning it on. Some hesitate to claim boldly because they were taught that wanting more is selfish or wrong. But claiming supply is not greed. It is alignment with the nature of the universe. It is understanding that your expansion blesses others. When you have more, you can give more, serve more, create more. Bold claiming is an act of faith. It is standing on the invisible and speaking as though the visible has already caught up. It is saying, "Even if I cannot see the way, I know the way exists, and I open my arms to receive it." The boldness is not arrogance. It is confidence in the law of abundance that governs all things. You will notice that when you begin to claim, doubt will try to whisper in your ear. It will say, "Who are you to speak like that? Look at your situation." This is where boldness matters most. Boldness is not the absence of fear. It is the refusal to let fear write your script. Continue to claim even in the face of contrary evidence. Say, "I know my supply is unlimited. I know divine provision is working through me. I know every need is met with perfect timing." Feel those words as if they are already true, because in the spiritual realm they are. Watch how circumstances begin to rearrange themselves when you consistently speak this way. Ideas will surface. People will appear with answers or opportunities. Delays will dissolve and pathways will open. What seemed impossible will start to feel natural because you have aligned yourself with the truth that there is more than enough. Infinite supply is not far from you. It is within and around you. Claim it boldly, speak it daily, and live as one who knows that the universe itself is your source, and that source never runs out. Money is not chased, it is summoned. Most people have been taught all their lives to run after wealth, to grind endlessly, to hustle harder than anyone else, and to compete fiercely for every opportunity. They exhaust themselves believing that money is something far away that must be caught before someone else gets it. Yet in truth, money is not a wild animal that must be hunted. It is a servant that responds to a clear, calm, and confident command. When you understand this, your relationship with wealth changes completely. You stop begging and chasing, and you begin calling it forth with authority, as if you already know it is yours by divine appointment. Chasing comes from a mindset of lack. It says, "There isn't enough, so I must grab what I can." This energy sends out a vibration of desperation, and desperation repels the very things you seek. When you chase, you signal to the universe that you do not believe supply is certain. So opportunities slip through your fingers, deals fall apart, and money feels like sand in your hands. Summoning, on the other hand, comes from a mindset of certainty. It says, "Wealth is my birthright. I call it now, and I know it comes." This energy is magnetic, calm, and powerful. You are not running after money. Money begins moving toward you. Summoning wealth means speaking as one who already possesses it. It means declaring, "I command opportunities to appear. I call forth ideas that prosper me. I summon divine connections and favor into my life." These are not empty words. They are instructions sent into the field of infinite supply. Money does not argue. It responds to the vibration behind your words. When you chase, your words carry strain and fear. When you summon, your words carry authority and faith. That is why some people seem to attract wealth effortlessly, while others work endlessly and never seem to catch up. They are not more deserving. They simply understand the spiritual law that wealth follows command, not panic. When you summon wealth, you do not sit idly doing nothing. You act in alignment with your declaration, but your actions are no longer frantic or forced. They are inspired steps guided by the knowing that your supply is on the way. You might suddenly feel prompted to call someone, to start a project, or to explore a new path. Those nudges are answers to your summoning. Money is energy, and energy flows where it is invited with clarity. A calm heart and a bold voice are the perfect magnets for this flow. Think about the people you admire who seem to live in abundance. Look closer, and you will see they are not running after opportunities. They are positioned to receive them. They speak with confidence about their future. They make choices as though supply is certain, and they radiate an inner knowing that draws wealth like iron to a magnet. You can do the same. Begin today by shifting your language. Stop saying, "I need to chase more clients, more jobs, more money." Instead, say, "I summon the right clients, I summon profitable ideas, I summon streams of income now." Speak it with faith, feel it in your heart. Act as though it is done. The moment you stop running after wealth and start commanding it to come, you step into a higher law. Money is not your master, it is your servant. It moves where it is summoned with conviction. Stand in that truth, speak with authority, and watch as money begins to find you in ways you could never have chased down yourself. Every wealthy reality began as a spoken word. Long before a fortune was built, before a company existed, before an invention changed the world, there was a thought that turned into language. Someone spoke it, even if only to themselves in the quiet hours of the night. That word became a seed planted in fertile ground, watered by repetition, nurtured by belief, and eventually grown into something tangible. Nothing you see around you, no building, no business, no empire ever existed without first being declared. Words are the blueprint of reality. They sketch the structure of what will come long before bricks are laid or contracts are signed. When you speak, you are not merely describing your life, you are designing it. Consider the people who have achieved extraordinary wealth. They began with a vision, but they did not keep it locked inside their minds. They wrote it down, they spoke it to partners, they declared it to the world. By speaking it, they gave that vision life. The spoken word activates something powerful. It brings clarity, it creates focus, and it signals to the unseen forces around you that you are ready to build. When you whisper affirmations like, "I am a magnet for prosperity," or boldly state, "I will create a business that impacts millions," you are doing the same thing those great builders did. You are giving form to the invisible. Too many people silence their own dreams because they think they must see proof before they speak. They wait for conditions to be perfect, for resources to show up, for others to believe in them. But the law works in reverse. Speak first, believe first, and then watch as resources align. Every wealthy reality was once invisible. The skyscraper was once only an idea described on paper. The thriving company was once a few sentences shared over coffee. The best-selling book was once a line spoken aloud in faith. The world responds to sound. There is a vibration released when you speak, and that vibration begins drawing to you the very elements that match it. Even in moments of doubt, keep speaking. Say, "I am guided to wealth, building opportunities," even when your circumstances suggest otherwise. Declare, "I am already prosperous," even when your bank account is low. These words are not lies. They are seeds of truth that will outgrow temporary appearances. Every time you speak in alignment with wealth, you reinforce the blueprint. The universe begins to arrange people, ideas, and timing to match what you have spoken. Silence may keep you safe from criticism, but it also keeps your dreams locked away. Let your words out into the world. Speak them in private if you must, but speak them often and with passion. Watch how your actions follow your words. A person who says, "I am building wealth," will begin to notice opportunities, books, mentors, and choices that align with that statement. A person who says, "I will never get ahead," will subconsciously sabotage themselves to make that statement true. Words are self-fulfilling prophecies. The wealthy understand this, which is why they guard their speech and speak visions even before they are visible. You can do the same. Start now. Speak your wealth into existence. Let every sentence be a brick in the foundation of your future. Long before you see the reality, declare it, because every wealthy reality began exactly that way, as a spoken word.